thanks to the white man.
Most of my problems are.
You, sir, do not have a pair of testicles if you prefer drinking from glass. Hey, your red Solo cup is cheap and disposable. In 14 years, they are decomposable, and unlike my home, they are not foreclosable. Freddie Mac kissed my ass. Woo! Red Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party.
With the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry.
Climate changing has always been changing. There's never been a time when the climate hasn't been changing.
It's not a crisis. The climate's been changing forever, and it will always change.
So do I think that man has impacted climate change? I do. But to what degree, the jury is still out on that.
About electoral votes, because 70% of the American public says stay in the Paris Climate Agreement, because there are no jobs in the coal industry left. 20,000 coal miners out of 150 million. This is all about the Koch brothers.
Newly released documents obtained by Greenpeace show that the Koch brothers have been bankrolling one of America's most prominent climate change deniers. And they're not alone. Weehawk Willie Soon, a researcher at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, who's written numerous papers claiming that climate change is not caused by human activity, has also received over $1 million from big oil, including the Kochs.
2 o'clock. Goodbye. You know, 3 weeks ago, I couldn't have accepted that invitation. Like so many people these days, we live in the suburbs, and Dave needs the car every day for business. When he was gone, I was practically a prisoner in my own home. I couldn't get out to see my friends, couldn't take part in PTA activities. I couldn't even shop when I wanted to. I had to wait till Thursday night after Dave brought the car home. But that's all changed now. 3 weeks ago, we bought another Ford, the new low-priced custom line Victoria.
These sixes are new, all new and active. Mountains melt, hills hide when they see 'em coming. We're highway spanners, 7-league boots that cover a continent. Power, that's what we sing of.
The Dodge pickup just ain't new. It's the only all-new pickup you're going to see for 1972. Who gives you toughness? It's just your style. Dodge. Depend.
Here's to cold mornings, the muddy roads, the footprints left behind, the blood, sweat, and tears, the ones who dirty their hands. They're set in stone with what they believe. They're the ones that keep you warm at night. And while some might just see a man, others hear their bolts pushing the tides. We know what we hear, and we know what we see. We see a tamed beast inside.
It is locker talk.
This info babe at ESPNW, which is their women's section of their website, suggesting that we need to reprogram the way we raise men. We need to reprogram men, little boys, as we raise them. Have you noticed that it's never, ever suggested that we reprogram women?
What is it with all of these young, single white women, overeducated? Doesn't mean intelligent.
The evidence every day, folks, this is, I'm telling you, it is one of the most amazing sights to behold. There isn't any. There hasn't been any global warming, not man-made. There isn't any of any kind. The number one agent causing it has increased in volume exponentially, CO2, and there hasn't been any warming. And yet they're still pushing it. If there's no other way to you've got to believe that this is all politics. It can only be politics keeping this alive. And it is a politics that intentionally insults the intelligence of people and preys on the stupid and the dumb and the weak. The average size of a penis is roughly 10% smaller than it was 50 years ago. And the researchers say air pollution is why. Air pollution, global warming has been shown to negatively impact penis size. I don't buy this. I think it's feminism. I think they might be playing games because it's in the interests of the left to have destructive hurricanes, because then they can blame it on climate change, which they can desperately continue try to sell. The problem for them is after Hurricane Katrina, remember, Al Gore goes out there and all these people start saying this is just the beginning. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to have these kind of hurricanes every year, numerous hurricanes like that, and they're going to be more destructive than Katrina. And it's all because we've got climate change. And then what happened? We had 11 years of no hurricanes. 11 straight years. Whenever there has been a hurricane, I think I've been able to spot when they try to make it look like it might hit a population center, because they want people to think this way. Hurricane reported, must be climate change.
Indigenous rights have virtually been cut out of the UN climate deal.
We are unstoppable! Another world is possible! The climate crisis is making life more difficult for all people, including working people.
Demand investment in policies that immediately reduce fossil fuel emissions and create.
There is no making progress on the climate issue without inclusion.